Hey guys, this is the channel where we talk about toys, gadgets, wristwatches, and all the things that men like to collect. Today we are talking about the newest addition to the den, and we are doing a review of the NTH Naken Modern Blue. Welcome to Timberwolf's Den. For those of you who don't recognize it, that beautiful voice in the background is, of course, the voice of Aretha Franklin, who died a couple of days ago. So that's my little tribute to the Queen of Soul. Okay guys, before we get into anything else, let's first do a wristwatch check. Today I am wearing my Timex Marlin. This is an old Timex Marlin from late 1960s, early 1970s, thereabouts. It's easily one of the best finds on eBay ever because I snagged this watch for all of $25. Okay guys, the latest addition to the den is this poster. It is a poster by Pop Chart Lab and it's called A Chronological Compendium of Watches. In one poster you have all of the most iconic watches throughout history. Now, one of the things I realized in looking at this poster is that when it comes to my own watch collecting, I still have a long way to go in terms of picking up some of the most iconic watches out there. But that doesn't mean that I don't have a lot of great pieces in my collection. And so I've decided to actually take stock and do a state of the collection video, which I'm working on right now. In the process of doing that, I actually realized that I now have 22 watches in my collection. Starting from way back when I bought my first luxury watch in the Omega Speedmaster back in 2002. So 22 watches is quite a lot, and I actually have been buying quite a lot of watches in the last several months especially. So I think it's time to slow down a little bit. So I promised myself that the NTH Naken, which we're going to look at in a second, is going to be the last watch I'm buying, at least for a good long while. Anyway, famous last words. Anyway, without further ado, let's take a look at the NTH Naken Modern Blue. Okay guys, NTH is an American micro brand helmed by critically acclaimed watchmaker Chris Vail. In an interview with the Wristwatch Review, Chris Vail says that what NTH actually stands for is Nod to History because of course, the inspiration that it draws from some of the iconic watches from history, especially, of course, the Submariner style watches. And he also says that NTH could also mean nth, or elevating design to the nth degree. Let's take a look at the specifications of the NTH Naken. In terms of dimensions, so you've got a 44 millimeter case diameter. The watch measures 48 millimeters lug to lug and has a height of 11.5 millimeters. So it's actually a pretty slim watch considering this is a dive watch with water resistance up to 300 meters. You've got a 20 millimeter lug width. The case is of course made of 316L stainless steel. And the movement is a Japanese Miyota caliber 9015 automatic at 28,800 beats per hour. That gives you a power reserve of over 42 hours. The crystal is double domed anti-reflective sapphire. The bezel is 120 clicks, steel with loomed markers. And the loom on this watch is actually part of what makes it really, really special. As you can see, not only do the markers and the bezel light up, but you can see that even the second markers are all nicely lit up. And you know, some of you from previous videos might know that I'm a real sucker for a watch with a good loom. And again, part of the reason why I've really been enjoying this watch so far. The crown is signed and is also one of the only watches I've ever heard of that actually has loom on the crown itself. As I mentioned earlier, this watch has a water resistance of up to 300 meters. And the bracelet is an oyster style bracelet with pushes to open and a double clasp. Now, I think I need to address an obvious question, and that is the NTH Naken just a Tudor or Rolex Submariner homage? And I think it's a fair question because, of course, there are a lot of design elements that are common to either the Tudor Black Bay or the Tudor Pelagos. It's got the snowflake hands, for example. It's got the large crown. These are things that are kind of borrowed or inspired by the design elements of these watches. Now, I think if you're just going to dismiss this watch as an homage, I don't think you're doing it justice, and I urge you to give it another look. There are a lot of things going on in this watch that make me really, really love it. And the most obvious thing is I just love the blue on this bezel. I love the way it plays with the light. I just love the way that in different kinds of light, it actually displays a slightly different shade of blue. And I think that makes it really, really, really special. I think the blue bezel is what made me fall in love with the watch the first time I saw it being featured on the Urban Gentry channel when TGV and John Keel were first talking about it. And I knew right then, I said, wow, I really, really want to have that watch. So in conclusion, with all the design elements coming together, with the excellent craftsmanship that goes into this watch, and finally the value for money that you get all in this one neat little package, I think this is a great watch, and I'm proud to have it in my collection. And I really look forward to all the other watches that I'm sure NTH are working on, because I think this is a great brand to look out for. Okay guys, I think that'll do it for today's video. Please remember to give this video a like if you enjoyed it. Hit that bell icon to be reminded of future videos from this channel. And please subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. This video was recorded on the 18th of August, and I just want to say happy birthday to my friend Franz, who celebrates his birthday today. Franz, I hope to feature your man cave on this channel one day, and I hope to welcome you to the Wolf's Den Network. Happy birthday, man. All right, guys, thanks for watching, and until the next video, Timber Wolf out.